Hi guys, today's question is median of stream of running integers. So this is considered a hard question, but we will break it down. Firstly, what is the meaning of running integers? It means that the numbers are coming one by one and you have to keep returning the answers as the numbers come. Let me explain more. So first number will come, you have to return the median of that one number. Then second number will come, you have to return the median of those two numbers. Then third number will come, you have to return the median of those three numbers, and so on, right? So as the numbers are coming, you are returning the answers of median of those set of values, okay? So now what is the meaning of median? We learned this in school, right? So when you have a set of numbers, you have to sort them and return the middle value, that is median. So if there are even number of numbers, like in this case 5, 2, 3, 1, 6, 4, what will be the median? First you sort them, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and after the sorting you have to return the middle element. But when there are even number of numbers, we know that there is no one middle element. So you have to return the mean of the two values, that is mean of 3 and 4, which will be 3.5. So in this case we will have to return a double value. But if there were odd number of values, so say there was 7 over here, then median would have been 4. Because this exactly divides it into two halves. This is the middle value, right? So in case of odd number of numbers, you have to just return the middle element. In case of even number of numbers, you have to return the mean of the middle elements. Now that we have understood the question, let's get to the brute force solution. The definition of median by itself says that just sort the numbers and return the middle element. That can be the brute force solution. In fact, insertion sort is a very good sorting algorithm to be used over here, since it is an online algorithm. If you don't know the meaning of online algorithm, it's okay, it's just a good to know thing. Online algorithm basically means that you can return the answers as the numbers come. That means we are not using any future values, we are using the values that have already come. But what is the complexity of insertion sort? Order of n square, right? Where n is the number of elements. Even if we use binary search to locate the number in insertion sort, which is also called binary insertion sort, the complexity is still order of n square in worst case, which is not a good algorithm, right? Let's try to come with a better solution now. For that, let's understand what does a median actually do. So in this case, if we see, then the numbers 3 and 4 are actually dividing the set of integers into two halves. That is, these numbers are less than the median, which is 3.5. Actually, all of these numbers are less than the median. And these numbers are greater than the median. Similarly, if it was 7 numbers, then the number 4 is actually dividing these numbers into two halves. These numbers are less than the median and these numbers are greater than the median. Right? So now, what if we take two structures and store our numbers in those two different structures? Let me explain. So suppose in one structure we store the numbers 1, 2 and 3. And in the second structure we store the numbers 4, 5 and 6. Then only these two numbers 3 and 4 are to be used to find the median, right? Similarly over here we could divide this into two structures, like this or like this. So 4 could be part of any of the two structures, right? But the point is we have to see the top values over here. Top values as in the largest value from the lower half and the smallest value from the higher half, right? Similarly for this set, the highest number from this half and the smallest number from this half. If 1, 2, 3, 4 are in the first half, then the smaller number is 4 and the bigger number is 5. Right? So we can either compare 4, 5 or 3, 4 in this case. If it is still not clear, it's okay. We will go through the example and see. Right? Now the point is that which structure should we use to store these two halves. Right? We could use a self-balancing BST or something like that. But there is a very good structure which actually does only this work, to store the values in an order, which is heaps. I know heaps is an advanced data structure and sometimes it freaks you out that okay, how will I come to know that when to use heaps? But this is a very good question to start using heaps. For that, let's understand what do heaps actually do. Heaps are complete binary trees which store the values in an order. That means, so if this is a heap, then in a min heap, this number will always be smaller than all the other numbers. Similarly, this number will be smaller than these numbers. this number will be smaller than these numbers. Let me give you an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Similarly, in a max heap, it's opposite. The highest number is on top. So in this case, it will be like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? Essentially, it does all the operations in log n time. To insert, to delete, to extract. All these operations are done in log n time since it's a binary tree. It balances by itself, it does some operations, and it makes sure that the lowest number is on top for min heap and the highest number is on top for max heap. So if we see, this structure is just perfect for our requirement, right? Because we need two structures. One should store the minimum value on top and one should store the maximum value on top. Let me explain it more to you. As you can see, I have formed two structures over here, max heap and min heap. We are going to be storing the values over here. We are going to be using this example for dry run and we are going to be writing the algorithm over here, right? Now you must be thinking, okay, we know that we have to use max heap and min heap, but how are we going to apply it? Are we going to write all the functions for extract, for insert? That's too much work, right? So no, we don't have to do that. We can use priority queues. Another big term, I know, don't freak out. It is just that heaps are implemented using priority queues. So you can think it of like C++ or Java people have already written all those functions of heap, of extracting, inserting everything, and we can just use priority queue to use that, right? So we don't have to make all the effort of writing all those functions. So it is actually making our work easier. So what does a queue do? You just keep inserting values and you can extract only the first value, right? So what priority queue does is, it keeps either the smallest or the maximum value in the front. So whenever you are extracting a value, that is the first value on top of the queue. The first element of the queue will always be the element that you need. That is, if you think of a heap, then what did you need? You needed the topmost element, right? In the max heap, it will return you the highest value. In the min heap, it will return you the minimum value. So that is what is happening in priority queue. So you don't have to do anything. You just keep inserting values in the priority queue. And when you extract the value, it will return you maximum or the minimum value. As simple as that. So you don't have to freak out thinking of max heap, min heap, priority queue. These are actually making our lives much easier. We don't have to care about anything. Just keep inserting values into the structure and keep extracting the values one by one. That is it. Okay. So we'll be doing that. Now we will be using two priority queues. One is to implement max heap, one is to implement min heap, right? So because we are dividing into two halves, right? So the first half will be max heap, the second half will be min heap. Now this is a very good point, that why first half is in max heap and second half is in min heap. Because first half is smaller values. So say the values are 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3 should be in max heap, 4, 5, 6 should be in min heap. Why is that? This is very important point of this question. This is the most important point, I think. So if we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From max heap, you will get the maximum value, right? So if we see from 1 to 3, you need the number 3. That is, from the smaller half, you need the maximum value. And from the higher half, you need the minimum value for the middle element, right? That is why we use the max heap to store the first half and min heap to store the second half. So I hope this makes sense to you, that if these are the numbers that we have, then 1, 2, 3 should be part of this, 4, 5, 6 should be part of this. Then when you extract, the maximum value you will have 3 and the minimum value you will have is 4. So then you can just return the median as 3 plus 4 by 2. Or if there are if there are odd number of values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then say 1, 2, 3, 4 is in max heap, 5, 6, 7 is in min heap. It can be 1, 2, 3 in max heap and 4, 5, 6, 7 in min heap. Don't get confused about that. The point is that difference between these two sizes, between the sizes of first half and second half, should always be 1. Because we need the middle value, right? So now what if we have like 6 element in the first queue and the only one element is in the second queue, that is in min heap or in max heap, then obviously we are not getting the middle element using this type. So another thing that we have to make sure is that these two structures maintain almost same sizes. So the difference between the sizes of the two structures should be maximum of 1. Either they should be equal. If they are not equal, then the difference of the sizes should only be 1. So if you have understood till now, you have understood the entire question. If you haven't understood, it's okay. We are still yet to dry run the entire thing. It's completely fine. So what are the things we have understood till now? We are going to be dividing the integers into two halves, min heap and max heap. Max heap will store the first half of the values. Min heap will store the second half of the values. But we have to make sure that the sizes are same or have the difference of only 1. Now let's see how can we implement that. We will write the algorithm and we will dry run it and we will see how it is working. Okay. So let's try to write the algorithm first. So we will be using two priority queues, Q1 and Q2. Q1 will be used to implement the max heap, which is the maximum value will be on top. Q2, that is priority Q2, will be used to implement the min heap. There is a syntax to tell whether the priority queue is implementing min heap or a max heap. There is a comparator over there. It is different for C++ and Java. You can just go and check it out. I am not going to be focusing on syntax over here. Okay. So now let's write the algorithm. When Q1 is empty, that is, there are no values in this yet. Okay, so this is completely empty, or the value on top of this, that is the maximum value over here, is greater than the number that we have got. Okay, so we are getting a number. So say first number is 5. Okay, right now this is empty, so we should be pushing it into Q1, right? So Q1 dot push, and we are pushing the number into it. Otherwise, so if there are already some values and we know that the number that is there belongs to the first half, we push it to the max heap, right? So this is Q1 dot push now. Otherwise, we will push it to the second queue. So this thing is done, that okay, we will be pushing the number as it comes either into the max heap or the min heap, that is priority queue 1 or 2. But now after pushing the numbers, the difference between the sizes can be there. It is possible that I stored, okay, I pushed second value also to over here only, but that is wrong, right? We should have pushed one value to both of them. So now we are going to adjust the sizes of the two queues. How are we going to do that? So now if Q1 ka size is greater than Q2 ka size plus 1, the difference can be till plus 1, okay, because they can be odd or even number of numbers, right? But if the difference is greater than of 1, then what we do is we take the element from Q1 and push it to Q2. So now we Q2 dot push Q1 dot top, and then we pop the element from Q1. What are we actually doing over here? We are taking the topmost element from max heap and we are pushing it to the min heap, because we know that the max heap ka size is more. Okay. Now you might think that what if there are 4 or 5 numbers more over here comparatively? That won't happen, because we are doing this every time we are inserting a number. So as the numbers are coming, we are always making sure the difference is not more than 1. So the difference will never become 2 or 3 or 4, because as the numbers are coming, we are always making sure that the size difference is always 1. It's okay if it is still not clear, we will be dry running the example, don't worry. Okay. Otherwise, if similarly we have to do for the other way around, if Q2 ka size is greater than Q1 ka size plus 1, then we do Q1 dot push Q2 dot top, and we do Q2 dot pop. So this is our algorithm as the numbers are entered. Now what do we have to return as median? If the sizes are same, we have to return Q1 dot top plus Q2 dot top whole divided by 2. If the sizes is not same, then we see whichever has greater size, we just return the top element from that. Let's just walk through it and see now if it works or not. Let's try run our algorithm now. So these numbers will be coming one by one. Okay. So what is the first number that is coming? It is 5. So we are here in this first condition over here. Right now both of them are empty, right? So we do q1 dot push now. We are pushing this number over here 5. This is also the maximum number. Okay. So this is basically top of the queue right now. So we are not over here. We are in this condition. Are the sizes like this? Is the difference of the sizes greater than 1? No, it is just 1. So it is okay. So none of these conditions will come. Now what is the median? It is 5 only. The one with greater size will give us the median. It's okay if it is still not clear. You are going to be walking through it. Okay, it's fine. Now when we come to the second number, now 2 has come. Okay, so which condition are we in? Over here only, because 2 is still less than q1 dot top. q1 dot top is 5. So we push 2 over here only. The maximum is not updated, but we are now 2 is over here only in max heap. But now the difference of sizes has come, right? Because there are 2 numbers over here, there is 1 number over here. To get the middle element, we have to make sure that the sizes of this has maximum difference of 1. So we are in this condition now, that q1 ka size is greater than q2 ka size plus 1. Why? Because size over here is 0, size over here is 2. So what are we going to do? We are going to push in q2 the top value from here, which is 5. So we are going to push 5 over here. The minimum value is 5. We are going to pop the value from q1. That is, this 5 is now removed and the maximum value over here becomes 2. So now as you can see, there is 1 element at both the queues. And now if we have to ask for the median, since the sizes are same, we will be returning 2 plus 5 by 2. Okay, that will be our median. So till now it is working fine. I hope it makes sense to you. Let's come to the third element now. Now 3 has come. Now where will that be pushed? In the first half or in the second half? Now is 3 less than q1 dot top? Is 3 less than 2? No. So we are going to push it over here. We are going to push it over here in q2. But we also have to update this. So actually we won't have to update it. Priority queue itself will make sure that 3 is the minimum element. So on top this will happen. So that is the use of priority queue. We don't have to make sure, okay, what is the minimum element. It is doing by itself and log n time. We don't have to worry. Okay. Now let's check the size difference. Here size is 1, here size is 2. We don't have to worry. What will be the median in this case? Since this size is 1, this size is 2, the median will be the top of the higher size. Okay, so it will be 3 over here. Since size of this is more, the top value will return the median. And that makes sense. So if there are only 3 values, 2, 3, 5, 3 is the median over here, right? It makes sense. Now let's come to the next number. Now 1 has come. Now where should that be pushed? 1 is less than q1 dot top, so we will push it over here. Max will not be updated, so okay, fine. Now is this any of this condition is true? No, because the sizes is equal, so we don't have to worry. But since sizes are equal, the median will be 2 plus 3 by 2. And let's check whether it is true or not. So if 1, 2, 3, 5 numbers are there, then these are even number of numbers, so the median will be mean of these two. And that makes sense. So till now our algorithm is working fine. Now 6 comes. So now 6 is not less than q1 dot top. Basically it will be pushed to the higher half, that is min heap, q2. So now we push 6 over here. Minimum value does not update. Then we come over here. Is there size difference of greater than 1? No. So now since the size of this is greater, this will be giving us the median value, which in this case will be what? 3. So if the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, then this number 3 is dividing this into 2 halves. So this is the median. Makes sense. Now when the last number 4 comes, again where will it be pushed? So is 4 less than q1 dot top? No. So 4 is pushed over here. q2 dot push. But now difference of sizes is there. Size of this is 2 and size of this is 4. So we have to balance out. So what do? We are in which case? We are in this case right now. So what are we going to do? We are going to push q1 dot push, q2 dot top. So we are going to take this 3 value and push over here. We are going to pop the 3 value from over here. We will update the max and the min values. So now we have made sure that the sizes of these two are equal. since the sizes are equal, when this number comes, the median will be given by mean of these two values, which is top of this and top of this divided by 2. I hope the algorithm is clear to you. After adding the number using this algo, we have to check the sizes of the two queues. If the sizes are equal, we have to return q1.top plus q2.top divided by 2, which is the mean of the top values. Otherwise, whichever has greater size, whichever queue has greater size, we just return the top element of that queue. What was the complexity for this algorithm? So space complexity is order of n, since you will be storing all the elements either in the max heap or in the min heap. So total it will be order of n. But what is the time complexity? It is order of n log n. So log n is to insert into the heap, either of the heaps, and for each element you are inserting, so it will be order of n log n. So we have reduced the time complexity from order of n square to order of n log n. I hope it has made sense. Do let me know your comments. I hope I helped you in understanding the tough structures, heap, priority queues. I know it can be very confusing, but I hope it is clear. Please do like, share and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. Thank you.